Hi, welcome to One Word a Day. I'm Sophie, your pilot into the universe of Chinese. We are going to continue our flight into the deep of this amazing language. And last time we talked about 缴械投降. It's wrap your weapon, the gear. Now it's about weapon and throw, I guess, throw yourself down or throw your weapon down and surrender. 降 is or 降, or pronounced as 降, as fall, like fall down. So that's surrender. So we're going to continue with 降妖除魔. Okay, there are some tough concepts today because it relates to alternative reality, I guess. 降妖除魔, 降. So last time we talked about loss or lose, right? So if you make somebody surrender, this is the subdue concept. So we in Chinese actually use the exact same verb as 投降 is a you surrender. But if you 降妖, it's like you make the yao, the goblin. I translate it, it may not be goblin, surrender. So 降 here means like you subdue somebody or contain somebody, you make somebody, you capture somebody basically. So 降, again, this is the cliff, and these are the backward reaching legs. And two of them, like in this mirror image, it's as if visually depicting the motion of reaching down backwards, so climbing down. So from climbing down to like a downward going, and however you go down, so that comes like a down. And now if you're down with the goblin, it doesn't mean like you're okay to do like you're down for something. It's a different down. It's like you subdue, so you capture, you contain this goblin. Okay, so yao is a new concept. If you notice on the left side, this is symbol for woman. So in Chinese, we do have like this, like an Eiffel Tower looking image. That's our human, like a generic, just man or human. But we do have a version for female with some hips, I guess, kind of a curves. So that's how Chinese in this language will render female image. It does show curves over there. And the top portion here is like a bamboo. And then here is our figure of kind of a head bending. Okay, so it looks like a starfish pose person, right? With four limbs, and here is the trunk, and here's the head bending. So originally the top portion was two not exactly bamboo, but the grass over there gives the image. You can see the contemporary one get rid of this grass symbol, because here by itself, the bend head itself, it's enough to mean it's something related to woman that's hard to understand. And this head bending originally was used as laughing together with the bamboo sign, but I don't know here why there is the grass sign. But with the bamboo sign, it's like imitating the bending forward motion when people laugh. But in any case, the right side is the sound maker. I guess if I cannot explain the image, why there are grass and this bend head human figure with a woman plus like the three image components come together means goblin. But there is this legend of, not legend, I guess folklore of females, if they are not married, and therefore they're not written into a family book. So it's like they are not rooted, they're not grounded, they're not connected with any particular family name. So they are kind of, if they die before they get married, they're kind of floating around. That's why a lot of like unsettled spirits after death are females. So females eventually used to as a label, as a cultural label to represent the like a supernatural being. It's not the human being, it's some other conscious being. But I'm not sure, like in the Western culture, the goblins are probably portrayed in a different image, but it's like not a I don't know exactly what a goblin is. Maybe somebody can help me. But my understanding is like a goblin, because we have Yao and Mo, two types of non-human intelligent beings. So I regard Mo translated as demon is more appropriate, as more corresponding. I will explain next. But Yao is, in comparison, it's not as powerful, I guess, or harmful as Mo is. Yao is just somebody, it's because it has this female component in the creation of this character. So it was as a non-human intelligent being, and then the second layer of meaning, especially as a woman, so it's like a seductress. So it's a non-human seductress as well. It's kind of like in Western mythology, the sirens, right? So who seduce you with their voice. And over here, the goblin, I mean, the Yao in Chinese culture is seduce you with, I guess, looks or movements or words. So it's also like what's seen, what's presented is not what's truly behind. So that's the concept, Yao. So we're going to check out the Mo. Okay, Mo has two components. The bottom part is what we call Gui, it's ghost. So it's like spirit after death. So Gui, it came from this image of like a big circular and with a cross in middle. So it's a kind of an abstraction of the head portion of this kind of alien looking or monster looking non-human. So, you know, humans label non-humans things that we don't understand, whether it's alien from another planet or ghost from another life, I guess, as something like a portray them, like a demonize, right? Portray them in an ugly face kind of thing. So here is a Chinese character way to capture that complicated structure of the head portion. Like they are definitely like a more than human look kind of face. So it's complicated, but it's simplified and represented just by this oval shape with a cross in the middle. So some complication of non-human look face or head portion, kind of oversized head, and then the two legs are still there. And I don't exactly know the things dangling over there, presumably kind of tail, but like two legs with a oversized ugly head, I guess. That's image captured as a monster. And the top portion is Ma, pronounced as Ma, and it was sound maker, because here is a Mo, right? It's kind of transformed a little bit, but it still continue with the Ma sound. But Ma, okay, on the top, the Ma concept itself is like it's made of trees or plants, like two of them together, right? And then placed underneath this space. So when we have this structure, the top, like the top covered structure and with a kind of a chimney on the top. So that's a kind of a semi-enclosure space. So there are something over the roof, right? Over your head. But on one side is open. It's open, semi-open space structure. And so I regard it as ancient times, it's a kind of a workshop. So it's not a completely private space. So probably it's like a shop by the street or something, and then this wood or plants are being processed over there. So that's in ancient times the fabric processing, starting from extracting fibers from plants, and eventually the whole structure of this wood symbol and this half opening space with a top cover used as flax, or linseed, right? That's the fabric it used to mean. And ma in Chinese, okay, it's a flax. There's nothing more about that concept. But ma in its natural state, or not exactly natural, like initially processed state, which is most likely like a fibers extracted from plants and in a bundle together. But even if it's bundled together, you can still see, because it's natural fiber, the surface is not smooth, like not smooth as hair. So there are unequal or uneven or unsmooth portion of it. So Chinese often have this expression of 一团麻. It's like a chaotic. So things are tangled, so tangled. So we have ma plus this ugly face or head, non-human figure, but it's intelligent being, right? And so it has some intention or purpose, but it's non-human. And with this chaotic thing together, composed concept that in Buddhism, that people use this almost like a demon. So almost like in the English concept of demon, it's like your internal struggle. So instead of you're having peace about your life, or the whole harmony of the universe, but you have desire or unsettled intention. So, and it's chaotic, and maybe sometimes it's ugly. So ugly, chaotic thought, internal. So oftentimes in Buddhism, that's the concept of mo. So it's your heart, what's inside you, that kind of torturing you. It's not an external super being that's torturing. It's your own thoughts torturing you. So in that sense, it's kind of similar to the English concept of demons, right? Demons within ourselves. So I think this is a better translation versus like goblins. Probably it's more like a male figure, like a super being, right? A non-human supernatural being. But here it's female. Specifically in Chinese culture. So 降魔除妖, okay, 除 just simply, you see it shares the same steep cliff image, and the right side is, it means extra, you have extra. We have this shed, kind of a top cover, and we have this structure is kind of like a beam to hold that structure. So the whole this structure over here kind of like the depict the palace look, like, because it has kind of on the tall stand, and it has this triangle shape dome, or not exactly dome is a half sphere, this roof looking, and plus the steep concept of steep going. The whole thing originally means the staircases outside the palace. So palace is emperor's residence, right? It's not anybody can get close to that. But that eventually, this concept somehow from the stairs of the palace extracted to mean remove. So when we say division, 除法, so it's like something divided by, so it's kind of cut off. So there was a logic jump over there, like how the staircase of the palace became get rid of or remove that concept. One day maybe I can figure out why. I mean, one thing it could be, if somebody wants to become the new emperor, the ruler of the new country, so somehow the old one need to be removed, right? So the staircase lead to the palace, the emperor's residence, maybe can be the path to remove them. I don't know. It's totally guess. So when we have subdue and we have get rid of, and we have two types of non-human intelligent beings, goblin and demons, the whole concept is kind of similar to Chinese witch hunt. And I think witch hunt probably is appropriate here because Yao is especially have this female figure in there. And you can see here, this is a poster for this show called Painted Skin. It talks about this female that looks like vulnerable female, but in fact it's covered under the painted skin. It's a kind of like a demon. And then we see this character Mo over there. So it talks about this kind of the folklore based concept of females that they got, like they probably are victims of some crime and they got this anger and they have to revenge somehow on innocent people. And okay, if you're interested, you can check it out. So that's our 降妖除魔 today. Cash into the currency of thinking by one word a day. See you another day.